Hello and welcome to Curtain the Bull in the post-truth apocalypse. I'm Ben and this week I'm hanging out with Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
Today we talk about, I think, one of the most famous escapades of the Second World War. It's a history episode. Apologise for it. It's my favourite air raid of all time.
That was my first major question, to be honest. This is based on real events.
Yes.
Okay.
Mine's the bombing of Dresden.
You know what, Mike? It's my second. It's the
I
Dambusters
feel left
raid.
out. I haven't got my favourite air raid. I don't know.
Maybe it's the bombing
the
of
raid on the Death Star.
Counts.
Yeah, with the X-wings.
Counts, yeah.
Pretty fucking
Actually,
cool.
that was pretty much based on another war film called 633
Yeah,
Squadron.
he literally edited in shots of the warplanes from the battle and was like, "Can you do that with spaceships,
Yeah.
please?"
Yeah, pretty much he ripped off the entire canyon chasing scene. But this is not 633 Squadron, which is another
What is it,
great film.
Ben?
This is the Dambusters.
How does the theme go?
Raid. It's the old, you can go and listen to the Dambusters March if you want to. Da, 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 da. It's the one that England football
That's
fans
it,
used to be able to sing when we played Germany.
We're not allowed anymore.
Two
And I
wars.
Two world wars and one
World
Cup.
Cup.
There were 10 German bombers in the air.
That's the one. Well, that's not the Dambusters March, which is more dignified and has more decorum and gravitas. But yes, this is one of the films I grew up with. This isn't a movie episode, but a little bit of backstory is both my parents worked. My nan would collect me from school. I would be there till about 6 o'clock every evening. And my nan loved 1950s World War II movies. I did not grow up watching Bambi.
I was watching fucking He-Man.
I used to watch He-Man, but I did not grow up watching Bambi and the Little Mermaid. I grew up watching the Dambusters reach for the sky and sink the Bismarck, which are all wonderful films for their time.
It makes
You
so
did make
much
me
sense.
watch it the other night. It does, doesn't it?
How did you enjoy it, mate?
I'll be honest, it wasn't that bad. The
It is a
special
good
effects
film.
were terrible.
It was
Well, it's
1950.
1955,
It
to
was
be fair.
bad, though. It was awful.
They probably looked
But,
great
hey,
then, though.
The planes were fine because they were actual
Yeah.
planes.
The explosions, wasn't it? The dams.
Yeah, when the dams exploded.
Was it miniature models they're using?
Well, that was actually special effects by the looks of it, wasn't it? The explosion.
The explosion, basically, they filmed a wave and then flipped it and put it going up from the dam wall. So it just looked like a wave going up. It didn't work.
Okay.
Superimposed it. But the bombers and all that obviously were Lancasters. They had some of these flying around and
It was a tad too long.
it was a bit long. They go into a lot of development with it. And
What did I say? I
Films
gave it
were a lot-
6.4, what did I think?
Films were a lot slower back then.
Yeah.
They just were. They were scenes. The camera doesn't move for 3 minutes. Like
Well, they
that's
can't,
the way-
it's
no,
just-
they
it's
couldn't.
not-
Yeah, it would take half a day to move it and to set the lights. So like, yeah, things were a lot slower. But I didn't not watch it because I'm like, fuck that. I have seen it before and I do like old films, but maybe not a war film right now. It's been a weird week, but I love that piece of music. That piece of music, that gets my balls fucking tingling, and
something
you know,
about it that...
even though I've never been in a war, and
But if you were, you'd play that.
yeah, yeah. So I'm fascinated to learn then that it is a historical event.
Oh, yeah, it's mental.
Yeah, it is insane.
It's
Skipping water bombs.
Yeah. So it is the night of the 16th of May, 1943. This is one of the reasons I picked this. Obviously, we're recording this slightly later because I've been a bit busy, but I wanted to do this in May and we'd never got a chance. 19 Lancaster bombers, 4 engines. You know, you'll have seen them in all the films. You'll have seen the pictures. They're an icon for Britain nowadays, the Lancaster.
Yeah.
And they were our heavy bomber. Better than anything the Americans had.
What about the Germans?
Oh, much better than anything they had. They never developed a successful heavy bomber.
Didn't they?
No, that's why they never knocked us out the war.
Silly little bitches.
Yeah, they tried, but they just couldn't get it right. But we had the Merlin engine, which powered the Spitfire. It has that lovely drone. It's a beautiful sound, the Merlin engine.
Did we see a Lancaster when we went to the
No,
RAF Museum?
We saw the next best thing, which was the Manchester, which was the replacement. It was just a
Right.
bigger version.
Okay.
They weigh 30 tons apiece, these aircraft. They are not small things.
No.
They're designed to fly from Britain to Berlin and back,
Yeah.
drop a shit ton of bombs and make it back home. But they are flying impossibly low over the occupied Netherlands. Not at 20,000 feet where the flak can't reach you. Not at 1,000 feet where you might have a prayer if something goes wrong. No, these men are flying at 60 feet in the dark with a full moon. That is the only illumination they have.
60 feet. This is how I measure everything in feet. Don't laugh at me. Because I used to play basketball, didn't I?
Yeah.
As a child. The hoop is 10 feet from the floor. So 6 basketball. It's not very high, is it?
No.
No. To give you another sense of what that means.
And so I suppose the danger is, sorry to interrupt, like at that height, if something goes wrong, you got no chance of, you're just fucked, aren't you? You get hit the ground.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Also worth pointing out that the actual bomb, called Upkeep, codename Upkeep, is a big cylindrical, it's like a big barrel.
Right.
And it's so big, it doesn't actually quite fit in the bomb bay.
Okay.
And some of it is hanging out the bottom.
Nice.
So you've got that under you as well. So
turtle head's poking out.
Yeah. But yeah.
Touching cloth.
You're touching cloth all the way there. But 60 feet, so the rooftop of a standard 2-storey house is roughly 25 feet.
Okay.
These Lancaster bombers, they're 4-engine heavy aircraft. They weigh 30 tons. They're the size of a semi-trailer with wings, a 40-foot trailer, I guess, in the UK. And they're about to do something by rational measure. People are looking at, they're flying at 240 miles an hour. No moon to guide them. There is a full moon, but they're not navigating off that.
How are they navigating with a map?
Literal map and compass.
Yeah. Nice.
That's how they did it back then. Take star reckonings, black courses. The searchlight's hunting for them because these things are very loud. Flak is tearing the air apart around them, and they're about to do something by that any rational measure should have been impossible. They're going to blow up 3 of the most heavily defended dams in Nazi Germany using bombs that don't drop, they skip. They bounce across the water.
And why is blowing up these dams so, devastating or...
We shall get to it in a moment.
Okay.
Operation Chastise, better known to history as a Dambusters raid, one of the most audacious, technically brilliant, and genuinely terrifying military operations ever carried out. A story of eccentric genius, extraordinary courage, and a weapon so strange that when the inventor first proposed it, the RAF told him he was out of his mind.
Bloody mind, man.
Arthur Harris, or Bomber Harris, who was head of the RAF's Bomber Command.
Sounds like a boxer.
It does. Well, I believe in Snatch there is a fighter named called Bomber Harris.
As a little nod, probably.
Yes. He described this as tripe.
Right.
Which is quite strong.
That's very strong. Yeah.
To understand why this had to happen, you first need to understand what Germany's industrial heartland looks like in 1943 and why the British are so desperate to stop it. It's the Ruhr Valley, right? It's where 3 rivers converge into the Ruhr, and it's the engine room of the Nazi war machine.
Right.
So they're making all the steel, all the factories that produce the tanks, the artillery, the aircraft, the ammunition, all that's killing Allied soldiers from the deserts of North Africa to the plains of the Soviet Union. The Ruhr Valley produces roughly 70% of Germany's steel.
So all these factories and stuff are alongside the river kind of thing.
Yeah, they're all using hydroelectric
near the water.
power.
Yeah. Okay.
The RAF...
Very clever to think of that, isn't it, really?
Yes. Well, it's just standard, to be fair, isn't it?
But I mean,
They
though,
always attack the
industrial base.
But to look at that, though, and go, oh, we need to skip something along the water to blow the fucking thing up, and then they're fucked.
Barnes Wallis kind of slightly skipping it, but Barnes Wallis is the man that comes up with this, and he designed a bomber we saw at Cosford. It was the Wellington, and you remember the one with the lattice structure, like
where
the
it was
honeycombed
made out of canvas
on the outside, but that metal aluminium frame.
And they were like, mind.
And people it was so structurally rigid it would fly home with holes in it.
Yeah,
like massive gaping holes, but it would still make it home because it was incredible. He designed that.
Legend.
He designed loads of stuff. He designed later on in the war something called the Grand Slam bomb, which was like 10,000 pounds and was designed to make a mini earthquake. It would drop into the ground so fast it would bury itself and then fucking explode. Designed to take out bunkers.
Some old man told me
Bunker
once.
Buster.
like really old man. I used to deliver to him at like a shop, and he was telling me about, I don't know, it must have been World War II, but he was very old, and he was telling me about sticky bombs and like trying to chuck them at tanks and stuff. And like, I'm just looking at this doddering old man thinking, that's mental. Is that a thing?
Yeah, we invented one.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
Came in a little.
Go and chase that tank, lad.
They made fucking thousands of it. It's basically, it was covered in some kind of glue,
Yeah,
and it came in a little case.
yeah.
And you took it out and you throw it against the tracks of a tank and set the fuse, obviously launch it, and then it'd stick and blow the
Have you ever
track
seen
up.
Saving Private Ryan?
I have, yeah. Are they
They're
in
using
that?
in that.
Oh, I've only,
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
they
But
do.
yeah,
They
versions,
improv
yeah.
them, but they were a British invention because they were
okay.
seen as a really cheap way of taking out a tank.
Yeah. Genius. See, we're very clever, us Brits. Or we
Oh.
used to be.
We still are.
I'm
Don't-
not.
Well,
But without it, yeah.
there's a lot of evidence out there that says to the contrary, isn't it? You know.
No, in terms of like shed engineering, we're still really fucking good.
Mm.
I mean, like recently, Ukraine came to Britain and said, "Hey, we need like this. We need a really cheap missile launcher. Like we can be on a truck, and we haven't got the missiles or the technology to make this shit. Can you do it?" Within 6 months, we basically just bolted some brimstone missiles onto the back of a truck, sold the design to them. They're fucking churning them out by the thousand, paying us loads for it.
Well,
You
war.
know,
Great.
what is it good for?
Money, 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 money.
Yeah,
It's ping. That's what it's good for.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the RAF have been bombing the Ruhr for a couple of years, thousands of sorties and thousands of lives. Being in a bomber is not a fun way to spend the war.
Quite a big target, aren't you?
25 missions is one tour.
Mm.
Lots of guys, we're talking thousands of guys. I think Bomber Command lost something like 40,000 people.
Oh, Jesus.
40% death rate.
It was, not many people made it through the 25 missions, and there's a reason. You're either very lucky or very good, but probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
The Germans are also really good at dispersing stuff, good at repair, keeping it under protection, even under sustained bombardment. An interesting fact, even in 1945, when the Germans were under 24-hour bombing, their industrial output was still more than Britain's.
Huh.
Well, because they'd get killed if they stopped.
Plus,
wouldn't
they're the Germans.
Very efficient people,
Yeah.
aren't they?
they? Yeah.
And they're making mass use of slave labour.
Yeah, and when the people telling you to do it are wearing skulls and leather and
You know, in the head if you don't.
building like railways and death factories to ship them fucking. Yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah,
Hans,
I'll work through the bombing.
are we the baddies?
No, skulls are just cool. Just cool. Floor length leather trench coats. It's
Hugo Boss.
friendly.
Hugo Boss has got a lot to fucking answer for, hasn't he? But the planners start thinking different. We can't bomb the factories, do they? What do you need to keep them running? It's water. The Ruhr's industrial base needed enormous quantities of water for cooling, for processing, for generating hydroelectric power, and most of that water came from 3 massive dams nestled in the hills above the valley. The Myrna, the Ada, and the Sorper. You blow those dams, you not just damage them, you fucking breach them and you do something extraordinary. You flood all those factories and the industrial valley below them. You destroy the infrastructure, you destroy roads, you wipe out the water supply, you cut hydroelectric power. You force Germany to divert hundreds of thousands of workers to repair the damage, and psychologically you say to the Germans, we can hit you where we fucking want.
We're clever.
Nothing's safe.
Yep.
Yeah, I can just picture Hitler going, they did what?
The bombs did what?
They did what? I want water bouncy bombs. No.
Give me meth.
But they haven't got any. They haven't got any like factories that are near dams. I don't fucking care.
Give me meth now.
And bouncy bombs with swastikas on.
Yeah. Well, they'd have to have, wouldn't
Yeah, everything's got to have a swastika on.
they? Very big on branding, weren't they?
Swastika condoms.
Oh, I bet they sewn in. Problem is, no one's got a clue on how to breach these bombs because the Germans put torpedo nets, so you couldn't try and swim a submarine up the river like a midget submarine and try and launch a torpedo at it. You can't drop a bomb from above; it's too small a target. It's just a big wall. How do you get? And Barnes always figures out that if you can drop the bomb right against the wall, the water acts as a fucking pusher,
Yeah.
and it like makes the bomb more devastating.
Mm.
It's all physics and maths, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of guessing, probably.
No, it's all wow.
No, it is all
Yeah.
literal physics and maths.
Fair
Barnes
play.
Wallace believed there was nothing that could not be sorted by maths.
Nice.
With enough thought and enough maths, anything is possible.
And enough cups of tea, probably.
And enough cups of tea,
Yeah.
of course. These are not ordinary dams. The Myrna is a gravity dam, which is, a colossal curved wall of masonry. It's 600 metres wide and 40 metres thick at its base. And it had been reinforced since the war began. It's got torpedo nets, it's got anti-aircraft guns lining the walls, and it's been designated a critical national asset by the German High Command. Conventional bombs are useless, and even the largest bomb in the RAF inventory would need to hit with extraordinary precision and penetrate deep into the structure before detonating. And you can't dive bomb it, you can't torpedo it. They're so massive, even a near miss wouldn't do anything. And to breach a dam of this type, you needed to detonate somewhere in the region of 6,000 pounds of explosives, roughly 3 tons, against the base of the dam wall underwater.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's no...
I'm just looking up, sorry, dude, I've just suddenly thought in my head, how the fuck do you build a massive dam?
You have to build 2 dams, don't you?
Well, I've just been reading on it there. I was like, I've never actually thought about that
A lot
before.
of concrete.
Then you divert it and stuff. But I was thinking, yeah, fuck me. Because dams are massive, aren't they?
Fucking huge.
Building them's impressive, blowing them up's impressive. Humans.
We're really good at blowing stuff up. I think that's what's important.
And making stuff.
Yeah.
Better than any of the other animals.
Oh, yeah. You show me a fucking gazelle that could do this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are insects that build things, aren't they? But nothing like that.
Now I want to see a bunch of insects dive bombing a beaver dam. I'll make that into a comic.
That could be your kids' book.
That could be my kids' book.
Everyone's got a
the
kids' book
Dambusters
in them, they
raid.
reckon.
Yeah.
The Dambusters raid, but
Definitely
with
war, wouldn't it?
It's the Dambusters, but told with
Yeah.
woodland creatures. Flying squirrel.
yes, dropping acorns.
Bomber squirrel.
Yeah,
Oh, they'd have to be red squirrels, wouldn't they, man?
they can be any squirrel guys. I'm not really
The
fussed.
grey squirrels are the
They've got to be
Nazis.
the British.
Oh, the grey squirrels and the Nazis.
They've got to
aren't
be
they?
the
Of
British.
course,
The
yeah.
red squirrel's the only
Yeah.
native squirrel that, the greys are
Oh.
American.
A little red squirrel with his fucking little flying helmet and
There you
goggles
go.
and the white scarf.
You've got it.
Which right in itself.
There you go.
So introduce the mad genius Barnes Wallace and the bouncing bomb. No man looks less like a weapons genius than Barnes Wallace. By 1943, he's 55 years old, a soft-spoken, mild-mannered engineer with round spectacles, a preference for cardigans, and the quiet, methodical manner of a man who genuinely believes any problem, given sufficient thought, yields to mathematics. He's not a military man. He was a civilian engineer who worked for Vickers Aviation, where he designed the Vickers Wellington bomber. They loved that. And in early 1942, he started thinking about these dams. He understood the physics. He only understood the only way to breach a massive gravity dam was to detonate a large charge right against its base. The water pressure would amplify the shock wave in a phenomenon known as the hydraulic ram effect. That's not a bad name.
Nice.
That's an album title.
Hydraulic ram. Hydraulic ram effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rammstein album.
Surprised they haven't.
Mm.
But there's also this problem of delivering that to the location. Unless the bomb didn't need to reach the dam conventionally. Maybe the bomb could travel across the surface of the water. And that idea came to him, according by his own account. This is partly inspired by watching his children skip stones across the pond. And then he learned that Nelson apparently liked to try and skip cannonballs across the water, thinking it did more damage to the enemy ships.
Fair play. Oh, I just thought you meant like for a laugh, like when they were bored.
No.
They're just having competitions. Who can skim the cannon?
They probably did that.
6!
They probably did that too. But yeah, Nelson had this theory that if you skipped the cannonball across the water, it did more damage.
Well, I suppose is it picking up momentum or losing momentum?
Depends, I don't know. I suppose it's going to.
It tells you here now the physics was sound. An object spinning backwards, dropped at the right angle onto the water, would skip rather than sink.
He literally spent hours in his garden with a paddling pool and elastic bands firing marbles across it,
No way.
trying to gauge the bounce.
Yeah. I suppose it works on a marble. You just scale it up, don't you?
So, if you control the spin, the angle of release, and the speed of the aircraft, you could theoretically guarantee where the object stops. And if it stops at the base of a dam wall, spinning, dragging itself down the face of the dam due to the backspin, it would detonate at the precise depth needed to cause maximum structural damage.
It's amazing though, isn't
It's a mental idea. But it is amazing.
Just to work all that out from physics.
Yeah.
Simple in concept, but it's extraordinarily difficult in practice. The bomb Wallace eventually designed was not a conventional weapon. It was a cylindrical drum, roughly 60 inches long and 50 inches in diameter, and it weighs about 4¼ tons. It's packed with Torpex explosive, which is brand new. Before release, it would be spun by a special drive mechanism fitted to the aircraft, reaching 500 RPM of backspin, and it would then be dropped from precisely 60 feet of altitude, and the aircraft has to be travelling at precisely 232 miles per hour. This will then skip across the reservoir, bounce against the dam wall, and then due to the backspin, just crawl down the wall until it gets to 30 feet before a hydrostatic piston triggers the detonation.
Pistol.
He spent months doing the calculations, small-scale trials, dropping spherical prototypes into experimental tanks, and then into Chesil Beach off the Dorset coast. He filmed everything with high-speed cameras. He poured over the footage, he adjusted, he refined, he wrote paper after paper, trying to convince the Air Ministry that this was not the work of a crank. The physics were sound, the weapons could be built, the mission could be flown, and for a long time, nobody believed him, or almost nobody. The obstacles he faced were almost farcical. The Air Ministry told him the required precision of delivery was impossible. The bomb design teams told him the weapon was impractical, and even within Vickers, who were the leading arms manufacturers in Britain at the time, are like, nah, you ain't doing that.
It's mental.
It's mental, bruv.
He's off his fucking head, mate.
Yeah. He goes to meet Wallace. He takes film. Harris. He takes films. And they're like, well, what? In the end, Wallace, I say, well, if it's been tested and it works, then why hasn't it been at least put into production? And we'll give it a go, I suppose. Even though Wallace does describe it as trouble, he's like, I have so many of these fucking war-winning ideas sent to me, and all of them fall down flat the minute you test them.
Did they actually do some testing with bombs?
Little miniature ones, didn't they?
Yeah, they built
to get them to bounce.
They built full-scale ones they did off the coast. And they were like, well, where are you going to get a Wellington bomber from? And Barnes Wallace is like, well, I designed it. Does that help?
Yeah.
They have one. They're like, well, all right.
See, maybe you're not a crank then.
Yeah. So going into late 1942 and early 1943, the trials were producing results that eventually started to silence people. Full-scale test drops in Reculver Bay off the Kent coast, conducted in great secrecy, showed the weapon worked. The cylinders skipped, they bounced, they covered distance, and they could be controlled. And when the calculations and the physics test results were finally compiled into a coherent brief and put in front of the right people, including a personal intervention for the Chief of the Air Staff, Sir Charles Portal, the decision came, yes, build it, find the crews, fly the mission. And Barnes Wallace went home, by several accounts, wept with relief.
Fair play. Well, he's put a lot of bloody work into it.
Yeah. He had 4 months now. You've got to do it in May, because then the water level's highest. Do it when the water level's lower, there's no point. Maximum devastation.
Yes.
He knows that with the quiet precision of an engineer who's known the sums, the men who flew this mission would be in terrible danger. And he never quite forgave himself for that, and he carried it for the rest of his, he lived quite a long time after this. So then we get 617 Squadron. I always like the name.
It does sound cool.
617.
It's close to 619.
Yeah?
Booyaka, booyaka, 619.
Oh man, if only it was his area code was 617, it would have worked on so many levels.
Dambuster, 617.
Yeah. So, weapons don't fly themselves, and the weapon Wallace had designed required air crews of very high skill.
Well, I'd say.
They'd all done 25 tours. They'd all finished their 25 and were asked to take on one special last mission.
One last job.
One last job. It's like a bank job, isn't it?
And they just sucked me back in. I was almost out. He was almost home to his woman.
Oh yeah.
Another 4 months.
Yeah. And you want me to do what?
Yeah.
60 feet, 232 miles an hour.
In the dark.
And then I've got to get up and not fly straight into the fucking dam, I imagine.
Yeah. Into a wall of anti-aircraft fire, perfectly straight and level. You've also taken some of the armour out of my Lancaster because of the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not as well protected as we were.
And in the film, a lot of them did fly into the mountain, didn't they?
On the one dam, yeah, because it was really difficult to pull up and they'd
Did that happen in real life?
Yeah.
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 Well,
Hey, they died heroes.
Well-
Did their bomb do its thing?
yes.
Well, there you go. You know.
Well, the one did.
Spoilers.
I don't think you can spoil something based on historical fact, can you? That's your own fault.
Yeah. Educate yourselves,
Yeah.
damn it.
Fool. Says me, who knows precisely fuck all of history.
But yeah, so you've got to do this at exactly 60 feet. You've got to fly 30-ton aircraft in the dark at 60 feet, and our meters aren't very good at that height.
Mm,
So what they have to do is put spot lamps on the wings,
right.
and they will converge into a figure eight at precisely 60 feet.
Mm.
So you're also carrying lights into that attack.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Here we are! Give them a sporting chance, eh?
Oh, well.
At precisely 232 miles an hour, at precisely the right distance, 425 yards. And do you know how they figure this out? It's one of my favourite things about this.
No.
They're like, well, how are we going to figure out it's 232 yards away?
Mm.
They basically give the bomb aimer a wooden coat hanger,
Right.
and he looks down where the hook would be,
Yeah.
and it goes off into a Y, and there's two prongs.
Yeah.
And when the two prongs line up with the towers on the down wall,
Right.
he knows he's precisely 450 feet away,
Fucking
and he presses the button.
This is at 232 miles an hour in the dark.
Is it? Yeah, about now. Oh, legends. Balls of steel.
Oh,
Yeah. Everything has to be done perfect, has to be done at night, in the lowest possible altitude, in the teeth of anti-aircraft fire, over enemy territory. So they build a unit from scratch. It's formed at RAF Scampton in Lincolnshire, and crews are hand-picked from Bomber Command, experienced men, decorated men, who've just finished a tour, and most of them are alright at low-level flying, although this will test them a lot.
Christ, I'd say so.
And they were given no information about what they were training for,
Okay.
because it's top secret.
Well, yes.
Can't let them know. Let them know we're coming.
Mm.
The man chosen to lead this was Wing Commander Guy Gibson.
Nice.
Guy Penrose Gibson. He's 24
Bloody hell.
and he's already flown 2 full tours, one in Bomber Command and one flying night fighters.
24. I was just drinking Stella,
Yeah.
playing PlayStation, reading comics.
Yeah. He's an interesting character, awful childhood.
Mm. Awful adulthood, really, doing this.
But it turns him into this like very driven character, this push-on attitude, like I'm going to get through this no matter what.
Stiff upper lip.
Stiff upper lip. He's a bit complicated. He's driven. He's focused. He's direct, but he is absolutely committed to the cruise and the mission, and he's actually very good at leading people. You know, he did everything himself, which he demanded of them. He was the first one into the attack.
Yeah, after the best leaders, aren't they?
Of course.
Nothing I wouldn't. I'm not asking you to do anything I wouldn't
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. There are stories that portray him as cold and elitist, but there's also stories that portray him as charismatic, brilliant, and utterly devoted to the crew's welfare. Probably both true.
Mm.
See, people are complicated, aren't they?
Yeah.
So black and white.
What's not in dispute is his ability as a pilot, his courage under fire, and his central role in making this happen. And when the order comes through, it's him who leads the formation across the North Sea and into the Ruhr, who would attack first, and who would be, then do subsequent dummy attacks to draw flak from his mates who are doing their actual attack.
Nice.
All right, let's drop the elephant in the room. Guy Gibson's got a black Labrador with a very insensitive racial name.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
In 1954, when they made the film, you could say the name. In
Still not
2026, it would be frowned upon heavily if we were to say the name of the dog.
Even back, I'm not going to say the name. Don't worry, everybody. I can feel the tension in the room. But even back then, it's fucked up because it still meant what it meant, didn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's still fucked up.
I guess it is.
In the film, it was called Trigger, wasn't
No.
it?
In the 1954 name, the dog has the original.
Yeah. I want to bet.
Have they dubbed it?
Yeah, they've dubbed it now.
They have.
No.
Makes sense because you can't show that at Christmas, can you?
Yeah, really.
We did. I've got it on DVD, mate. It's the original.
Oh Lord.
I believe that when Stephen Fry, of all people, because they really want to remake this film,
Right.
and Stephen Fry wrote the script,
Mm.
and he renamed the dog Naga.
Well, you've just, if people were unsure of what we were referring to, I think they could maybe just figure it out from that.
Yeah, that is Naggger, in case no one understands my accent. And he is the unofficial mascot of 617 Squadron because he goes everywhere with Gibson apart from in the plane.
Mm.
He drinks beer in the mess with the boys.
Legend.
Used to get drunk in the mess with the boys. But sadly, he is killed by a car on the evening of the 16th, and Gibson gave orders the crews were not to be told until they returned because he feared morale would take such a massive hit.
Yeah.
The other crews of 617 were incredibly extraordinary. You had Hoppy Hopgood, Gibson's closest mate, John Hoppy Hopgood. He's already done 50 missions.
Lost a leg by the sounds of it.
Where's he get his nickname from?
Because-
Can't figure it out.
He would, on the night of the raid, press home his attack with his aircraft on fire and most of his crew already dead and wounded.
Jesus.
You had Mickey Martin, an
That's dark,
Australian.
innit? Just think about
Yeah.
that. You're flying your on-fire aeroplane, you look around and they're all fucking just corpses, and the ones that aren't are like sprouting full of everything.
But your
You're like,
bomb aim is still like, bomb gone.
well, we made it, lads. Well, I did.
He doesn't.
Oh.
No, he actually drops his bomb too late.
Mm.
We'll get to it. And then you had squadron leader Henry Melvin Dingy Young, so far, because he'd survived 2 jitnings in the North Sea and rowed his way home. He was actually the Oxford University rowing champion before the war.
Saved
So,
his life.
If anyone's going to row their way home, it's going to be Dingy Young.
Dingy Young.
Nicknames are very literal back then.
Yeah. Ugly Pete.
Yeah. My granddad had a black guy in his platoon who was called Chalky,
Yeah.
obviously. And when given the camouflage face paint, turned around and said, I don't think I'll be needing that. People had a sense of humour back then. Apparently you wouldn't want to fight him with a bayonet
No.
or Chalky.
I don't want to fight anyone with
No,
a bayonet.
well, you didn't want to fight him, apparently. He was a fucking terror with it.
I don't want to fight anyone with a bayonet unless I've got a machine gun or a flamethrower.
You had a... Yeah.
Ah, you appear to have brought a bayonet to a flamethrower fight.
Unlucky.
Or he just keeps launching at you on fire
Yeah.
and stabs you to death.
That is the drawback of a flamethrower,
Yeah.
because, they doesn't
Fuck off! You're supposed to just drop dead.
Yeah.
I didn't think this through.
With enough adrenaline and rage,
Yeah.
anything is possible.
Just keep coming at you.
Yeah.
That's Ben's dream, innit?
It's not
Well,
good.
Dying in a bayonet charge.
No.
Do do diddly do do diddly do do diddly do. The
Maybe.
smell of acrid smoke and horse's breath.
Maybe a little bit.
You tell me all the time.
As we lead to sudden death.
Yeah. That's a cavalry charge, though. The charge of light brigade.
Yes, yes, I know what it's based on. All my history comes from Iron Maiden, I'll have you know. They're the only reason I know who Alexander the Great is.
You know what? Iron Maiden have got a lot. You've got a lot to thank Iron
Yeah.
Maiden for.
They're very educational.
Other members, Flight Lieutenant Dave Shannon, an Australian barely old enough to buy a drink in most countries, and Squadron Leader Dave Maltby, Flight Lieutenant Les Knight, a deeply religious man who would later sacrifice his own life to save his crew and crippled aircraft.
What ledge?
Altogether, 617 Squadron fielded 133 aircrew in 19 aircraft on the night of May 16th.
How many came
age,
home?
well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Average age is 22.
Wow.
Most of them would not, a lot of them would not live to see the 17th. And the training regime is anything unlike Bomber Command had previously attempted. For 2 months, they did nothing but fly low level at night over the English countryside, literally 60 feet. They're hitting trees with the undercarriage. Farmers
Fucking hell, that's got to be a terrifying sound when you're in one of them planes. It's been made thinner as well to be lighter, and you can hear the trees scraping on the bottom.
They're coming back with bits of trees stuck where the wheels come down. No. Farmers are writing letters.
I was going to say, what the public must be fucking... What they be thinking?
Farmers are complaining to the Air Ministry because they're noticing a drop-off in milk and egg production because the animals are getting too spooked. And like, why are they joyriding over my farm all hours of the night?
At 60 bastard feet. I can see his fucking hairy arse from here.
Power lines are a genuine threat.
Yeah.
They flew over reservoirs, they flew over valleys, they flew over water again and again and again until the absolute precision required became muscle memory. And when they eventually get the spotlights, that helps even more.
Yeah.
And all the time, you don't know what you're training for?
Nope.
No.
You got no idea.
I wonder what you must be thinking, like, what the fuck have they got us do?
Well, they all think they got to bomb Tirpitz, which is a giant German battleship.
Right.
They all think that's the target.
It makes sense, doesn't it, to think that? I'd imagine there's got to be something on the water. Yeah. Well, obviously, the fuck are we doing here?
Eventually, though, 617 did attack the Tirpitz later on, but not with a bouncing bomb. They hit it with the Grand Slams.
Oh, nice.
So
again, thanks to, what's his name?
Barnes-Wallis,
Barnes-Wallis.
Security is so tight, most of the aircrew didn't know the target until the day before the operation, and some of the ground crew never learned the details until after the war.
Oh, wait.
But by the night of the 16th, 617 Squadron was as ready as it was possible. Briefing takes place on the afternoon of May 16th, 1943. The crew gather in the operations room. They finally get told, and apparently the reaction is one of stunned silence, nervous laughter, and a dawning comprehension of just how extraordinary and how dangerous they were being, what the fucking job was. Modified these 19 Lancasters, called it, given the upkeep mine, because it can't fit inside the fucking thing. They've had to dangle outside. They've got the hydraulic drive mechanism, specialist altimeters, 2 spotlights are fitted. It's just fucking crazy. The aircraft were divided into 3 waves. 1, 9 aircraft led by Gibson would attack the Myrna, and if they've still got bombs left, they'll go to the Ada. Wave 2, which is 5 aircraft, would fly a longer northern route across the North Sea, mainly to avoid the most heavily defended flat corridors and attack the Sorper. And Wave 3 is a mobile reserve of 5 aircraft, which would take off later and go to the targets as needed. Takeoff began at 21:28 in the long British summer dusk. The Lancasters rolled down the runway one by one, impossibly heavy with the mines and fuel loads, and clawed their way into the sky. So 60 to 100 feet across the North Sea, and then over the Netherlands into Germany.
Fucking lunatics.
Yeah.
The route threaded between known anti-aircraft positions, river valleys, and terrain features for concealment, and had been memorised by pilots and navigators in the space of a few hours. Almost immediately, the second wave, taking the northern route, suffered losses. Flight Lieutenant Barlow's aircraft hit high-tension power lines over the Netherlands, set on fire and exploded. A couple of aircraft did that.
Fuck. It's not good.
No, because, you might have really some nice intelligence on this, but at the same time, if someone's missed some power cables, not good.
Sorry, I didn't spot those.
Sorry, old boy.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of dangers here. In the end, they actually lose 5 aircraft before they've got to the dam.
Bloody hell.
The dams. Flight Lieutenant Maudsley's aircraft would be destroyed on the return. Flight Sergeant Byers was shot down over Waddensee. Flight Lieutenant Astor clipped power lines and crashed into fields. They've already lost 5. But the survivors carry on. 240 miles an hour, 60 feet over enemy territory. Mental.
Yeah, completely.
Imagine
Why did they have to fly that low the entire time?
They just, because it was a full moon, no one else was flying, but they would have been picked off by enemy fighters if they were high up.
Is that a real thing? Nobody flew during a full moon?
Yeah.
Why?
You could be illuminated against it. There's
Okay.
more light during a full moon.
I suppose, yeah. Not as many street lights back then either.
No, and
Moonlight
everyone's under blackout.
Yeah, moonlight would have been a lot brighter, wouldn't it?
Well, there is no street lights in the cities.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Fuck, that's a long fucking way to have to go, innit? Jesus
Just a bit.
Christ. It's a miracle any of them fucking got there, really, at that fucking height.
You know, the shadow that you see coming up ahead might be a church spire, might be a hill.
Yeah. See when we get there?
Yeah. Rear gunners reported tracer fire rising up from other villages. They passed over it near rooftop height. The Germans couldn't believe what they were seeing.
I bet. They're fucking insane.
Yeah. The height did save them, because by the time the flat gunners could actually lower their weapons and train them, they'd gone.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, they're not used to fucking aiming at anything at 60 fucking feet, are they?
No, I mean, you've got spotlights shooting up into the sky, and they're trying to use fucking blasting shells up into the air.
Yeah.
Now, the Myrna Dam appeared ahead of Gibson's aircraft at around 12:15 on the morning of May 17th. And he'd seen photos of it in briefings, he'd stood the models, he thought he was prepared, but he was not. The Myrna Reservoir, seen from 60 feet in the dark, was vast, nearly 7 kilometres long, shimmering in faint starlight. The dam wall stretched across the valley below like a solid wall of darkness, and it was alive with anti-aircraft fire. The Germans knew in a general sense these dams might be targets, and the Myrna had been reinforced with anti-aircraft emplacements, twin-barreled 20mm flat guns on the dam wall itself and on the hillsides above, and there are balloon cables which will rip the wings off an aircraft. As Gibson's aircraft descended towards the reservoir and began the approach run, the defences opened up, and the attack profile is a fucking nightmare, because you are coming really low, in the dark, with lights on your wings, at exactly 232 miles an hour, in a perfectly straight line. You can't take evasive action, you can't deviate. And the bomb aimer lying in the nose has to hold up the wooden triangular sight to his eye, watch the towers, wait for it to crawl into the right side picture, and then press the button, which releases the bomb. And then you get to joyously fucking take some evasive action. No manoeuvring, just flying straight. Gibson went first. The aircraft shuddered through the flak. Tracer rounds light up the air around the cockpit. The spotlights converge on the water 60 feet below. And Pilot Officer Frederick Spam Spafford. Spam Spafford.
Was he a big fan of Spam?
I think everyone was in World War II. I'm a big fan of Spam.
I love Spam.
Give me some fucking fried Spam.
Hey, slice it into slices. I was just going to say, frying pan. Oof. On a toasted... Oh. Bit of ketchup.
Bit of cheese.
Oh, cheese as well, yeah. Oh.
Cheese and Spam toasty.
Or Spam and chips. Classic.
Spam and chips.
Or
yeah.
Spam, chips and egg if you want to go partial.
Well, the other night I had a classic. I had the burgers in gravy in a tin.
Ooh.
I had some of them the other week, yeah.
Shat my guts out the next morning.
Did you?
But yeah. But I had them with some chips. Council Estate classic.
Yeah.
Some bread and butter.
Yeah. Chips, ham and eggs, one of my favourites.
Oh, that's one of
Council Estate.
We're getting off topic here, but chips.
People are gonna
fried egg, chips, peas.
We still eat like we're in the fucking Second World War in this country, but you know what? Can't beat it.
No, I love a Council Estate classic.
No, they get it right first time, Gibson's crew. Also, I want to point out, Gibson suffers from gout from all the beer he drinks, and he is having a massive attack of gout with his feet. And what you do to fly a plane is you're using pedals.
Yeah.
He's in agony every time. Have you ever had gout?
No.
I have. It is fucking agony.
Yeah.
You cannot walk without a limp.
Yeah.
You lie in bed, the sheet touches your big toe. It wakes you up. Fuck, it is fucking agony.
Oof.
It's your body's way of telling you you're overdoing it.
Yeah.
It's also hereditary as well.
Yeah.
Is it?
Can be, but yeah, it is your body's way of telling you you're overdoing it.
Yeah.
Normally caused by rich foods, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to be the disease of kings because they could afford to eat rich food and drink lots of alcohol.
Yeah. Lots of red meat, gravy, and mead.
Yeah. So he's also in fucking agony every time he's touching the pedals.
Poor bastard. Well, he's probably thinking though, well, Could die at any second, so it doesn't really
that, does it?
matter.
And my dog's dead.
Oh, fuck.
My best mate.
Mm.
Now, the explosion, when it came, was enormous. A massive column of water erupting nearly 1,000 feet into the air, lit white in the darkness.
Awesome.
But the dam holds.
Oh, shit.
One was not enough.
Mm.
Wallace had calculated it would likely take multiple detonations to breach it, the cumulative effect of each explosion weakening the structure till it failed. So Gibson calls the next aircraft Hoppy Hopgood.
Come on, Uppy.
He comes in and he's immediately hit in the wing by a 20mm round, striking the port fuel tanks,
Oh,
and the
fuck.
entire wing sets on fire.
Shit.
He still holds the approach,
Yeah.
still holds the height,
Hold.
but his bomb aimer release is slightly late. The mine bounces over the dam wall, explodes on the far side, taking out the powerhouse.
Well, at least it did something.
Hopgood's burning Lancaster clears the dam by feet, and then the port wing fuel explodes and the aircraft goes down into the valley below. One crew member, the bomb aimer, Sergeant John Fraser, survives by bailing out at almost zero altitude. Two others also managed to bail out, but Hopgood and 4 of his crew were killed because he was still trying to make the aircraft climb.
Crazy pilot.
Gibson, in the meantime, is just orbiting low over the dam in a circle, trying to draw a flak.
Right.
Because, trying to maintain radio contact, directly attacks, lead the operation.
That's a shit job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Draw the fire, please.
And then offers himself as a target to give Martin's bomb aimer a clean shot. So he comes in alongside him, front gunners firing away, draws some of the fire. It does the job. They hit the mark.
Yeah.
Bomb bounces, blows up. Then squadron leader Young goes in.
The dam held it, didn't it?
Oh, the dam held. Yeah, the bomb goes off in the right place, and then Dingy Young goes in, hits the target.
Yeah.
So they've done 3 for 4, and the only reason Hopgood probably missed is because his fucking aircraft was on fire.
Yeah, that will affect it.
That will affect the bomb aimer's decision on whether he's going to launch that bomb at the right time. Because he's sat right at the front, and he can probably see that wing very clearly on fire.
His back is like roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dam holds after Young's attack, although Young reckons it's going to go. He says, it's going to go. I'm telling you, it's going to go. It looks like it's going to go.
Yeah.
Dave Maltby then goes in. It bounces, it strikes the wall. And this time, the dam fucking breaks. It just goes.
Awesome.
And then 330 million tons of water
Fucking
rushes through the broken wall in a wave that reaches 25 feet in height as it thunders down the valley below.
Fucking have that, you Nazi scum.
Gibson.
Did it cause mass devastation?
The valley below the Myrna Dam, towns, roads, railway lines, factories was just gone.
Yeah, so pretty devastating.
Yeah.
But they still had mines left, so Gibson leads the surviving aircraft east towards the Eder, which is even harder to attack because it's sat at the end of a sharply curved lake surrounded by hills that required the Lancasters.
You've got to turn at the last minute.
And it means you've got to come in and turn like that.
Fucking A.
Round the corner. It's got like a dog leg turn to it. You've got to dive steeply over a hilltop, level off, make the turn, fly the approach, drop the mine, and then immediately climb hard to avoid the hills on the far side of the dam. There is no room for error, and they never practice this exact approach.
Balls of steel.
Yeah. Shannon went in first, couldn't get the assault right, and he tried 3 times. And the mine went slightly wide, but it did hold, and it went off, but the dam holds. Maudsley goes in, he releases a fraction too late, and it almost explodes on top of the dam crest as his aircraft crossed over it. Blast damages his Lancaster.
Fuck.
He manages to limp off, but does get shot down on the way home. All the crew were lost. Les Knight went in, the approach was near perfect, the mine bounced true, hit the wall in the right place, the explosion, the water spout, and the Eder Dam broke.
Yeah.
2 of the Germany's 3 target dams had been breached in a single night. They couldn't get the Zorpa because it wasn't built like the others. It wasn't a massive wall. It was like an earth wall.
Okay.
And it was sloped, so the idea was to come in like over it and drop the bomb directly on top.
Right.
But it just didn't work.
Yeah, fair enough.
The raid is done. But the return journey is its own nightmare because now the Germans know you're there.
Yeah.
So they launch night fighters up. You get the same flat areas. And now most of the aircraft are damaged. The crews are tired. And they're flying over a continent that was awake and looking for them. Flight Lieutenant Shannon's rear gunner was wounded. Others returned with flat damage that under different circumstances might have brought them down. And some didn't come back at all. Of the 19 aircraft that set out, 8 did not return. 53 men were killed, 3 were taken prisoner. That's a 53% casualty rate that even by the standards of Bomber Command in 1943 was fucking high.
I was going to say 11 out of 19 for such a insane mission. It's not that bad, is it?
No, it's just the crew, I guess. 'Cause you got 7 guys on each plane.
Each one, yeah.
And these are your best pilots. You've handpicked these.
Yeah.
But it's a mad, crazy fucking thing to do, isn't it? I just think they could have all gone down.
Well, yeah, that's a real possibility.
Yeah.
It just fails horribly.
Yeah.
You've just lost 133 of your best air crew.
Yeah. Bloody hellfire.
But it's 43, and we've won in the war. We've won at Alamein. Things are slightly starting to turn. But this is a British victory. The Americans are in the war, but they're not. They're building up.
Yeah.
Bringing stuff over. It's all building up. But this is a purely British operation.
Yeah.
And it's a British victory. And same as the war in North Africa was largely British. When Churchill was over there in America at this point of the war,
Yeah.
he's visiting, saying, "Oh, look, we're doing this. We're very much in this fucking fight. We can do shit like this. We can win on the ground in North Africa, and we can do precision shit like this."
Yeah.
You know, so the Americans are like, "Oh, fuck me, all right. Let's increase the speed of things."
Yeah.
Sadly, Dingy Young didn't come back. He was shot down over the sea, but couldn't get his
dinghy
going. Astle crashed into power lines on the outward journey. A guy called Burpee Byers and Barlow were gone. I love the name Burpee.
Burpee.
Is his nickname. When the survivors landed at Scampton in the early hours of the 17th, there was exhaustion and relief and guilt mixed in proportions because, you know, some of you're all in the mess together. You get bacon and eggs when you come back.
Oh, nice.
That's your treat. Right? That's your breakfast, and then you're going to go to bed.
Well done for not dying.
Bacon, eggs, and some sugary tea.
That sounds good to me.
Your squadron's all sat in there, and all of a sudden 53 your mates aren't there anymore, so the mess hall's half empty.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit sad, isn't it? Very bittersweet. You survived, you just achieved something fucking amazing, but you lost a lot of your fucking mates.
Yeah.
Wonder if they got any idea they're about to be like legends.
Hard to say, isn't it?
That people will be talking about them like, how many years ago was it? 70 years ago?
43 to 26,
80 years ago.
86 years.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's mad, isn't it?
In Germany, the consequences were playing out on an apocalyptic scale. The flood wave from the Möhne swept through the Ruhr Valley for nearly 75 miles, destroying bridges, railway lines, obliterating roads, flooding factories, damaging them. Destruction to the industrial infrastructure of the Ruhr was significant. Historians debate how significant. German repair crews, including a large number of forced labourers, you know,
slaves,
worked at extraordinary speed and the damp, no health and safety. Oh, we lost another 5, have we? So get me another 5.
Well, Führer demands it.
Yeah. The flood killed about 1,600 people. Sadly, the majority of them were women, because all the men are away, obviously.
Well, they were still building things that could kill our boys.
And Ukrainian and Soviet female forced labourers held in a camp directly in the path of the Möhne flood wave. Kind of does get a bit left out of the historic telling, but
yeah, that's such a heroic ending to the movie, is it? If you cut to all the drowned women in the prison camp,
your allies.
Yeah.
But, you know, there is. You know, did we know they were there?
That's the other thing.
Well,
we didn't have Google Earth.
Even if they did, they wouldn't care, would they?
Well, it's winning the war, isn't it?
Yeah, at all costs.
Well, you don't. The thing is, you're seeing a camp. You don't know what that is from the air. I mean, reconnaissance Spitfires are flying at like 30,000 feet. You're just taking pictures over a broad area.
Yeah, it hasn't got a sign on the roof.
No.
But
But there is a lot of debate whether it was worth it.
was there?
Yeah, there is, but it's. I think the morale for the British people. I think the bragging rights to the Americans,
Yeah.
the technological know-how, the scientific advancements, the ideas, saying, "Look, we're not out of this."
It did take
We
out
can-
some factories, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
They were pretty much back up operational. Everything was back within a few months.
It's a
was
few
slowed
months
them
they're not
down.
making shit, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably a very hard thing to calculate, isn't it?
You lost a lot of men, lost a lot of planes, and
Yeah.
But it probably did do wonders for morale, though.
Yeah, of course it is. Here's this example of British daring and pluck, which is what we like to imagine ourselves with, isn't
Daring
it?
do.
You know, we love them. What do you define the British? Oh, they've got pluck. We've got pluck. It's that bulldog spirit.
Plucky Brits.
Yeah. And this fits the national psyche, doesn't it?
And they got a cool movie out of it.
They got a very cool movie out of it. The British press obviously fucking explodes. Like, just fucking tell everything. It's, you know, it's the precision. Remember, no one's ever done anything like this. This is precision. When the Americans came into the war and they were like, "Oh, we'll bomb in daylight and we'll only hit the factories because we can drop a bomb into a pickle barrel from 30,000 feet." And when you're testing that in the Nevada desert under perfect sunny conditions, and no one's shooting at you, they could do that.
Yeah.
But in the end, they couldn't because there's clouds.
Yeah.
And there's bad weather.
And the enemy.
So they can't. And so if no one's doing precision stuff like this, and you can't argue this is not the most precise fucking thing in 1943 that's ever been done. 232 miles an hour, 60 feet, 450 feet from the damn wall.
Mental.
Yep.
Absolutely mental. But maths
Conquers all. Guy Gibson gets the Victoria Cross, which is the highest award we give. And they get, 33 other members of 617 Squadron get, multiple distinguished serving orders, distinguished flying crosses, conspicuous gallantry medals. Barnes-Wallis gets £10,000 from the government, which I'd imagine is he could probably live the rest of his life on for that at the time.
Yeah, fair play.
He tried to reportedly give most of it to the families of the men killed on the raid.
Oh,
He never really,
what a guy.
never really accepted the praise that came his way. He built the weapon, he'd done the maths, but he'd known that people would die and he didn't like that.
Right.
But he's got to win the war.
Yeah.
Gibson gets sent to America for a year, on the press tour. He doesn't like it, he wants to get back into flying. So they stick him in a de Havilland Mosquito, which is a 2-engine fighter. It's fucking great. It's made. We saw one of them at Cosmo. It's made entirely out of wood.
Yeah. I
It's
remember.
got 2 engines bolted to it. It's made of balsa wood and it goes 600 miles an hour. Sadly, he is killed in September 1944. He gets shot down or there's mechanical failure. No one really knows. He was 25. He has no known grave. 617 Squadron goes on to become one of the most storied units in RAF history. Precision bombing unit par excellence. And the squadron would later develop and deliver the Tall Boy and Grand Slam deep penetration bombs that destroyed the Tirpitz, the V-weapon sites, and the U-boat pens. The Dambusters' identity became the foundation of an extraordinary operational legacy, and there is still a 617 Squadron in the RAF.
Nice. I bet everyone wants to be in that one.
Yeah, I would, wouldn't you?
I bet they play the theme tune a lot.
Oh, it would be their regimental march, squadron march, absolutely. You know, the parachute regiment's march is Ride of the Valkyries, which is weird because it's German.
Yeah, but it's badass.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Barnes-Wallis continues to work. He spent the post-war years on increasingly ambitious and visionary projects, swing-wing aircraft designs, which were unheard of at the time, ideas about supersonic travel, concepts that were decades ahead of their time. He got knighted in 1968 and he died in 1979 at the age of 92, still tinkering, still thinking, and still believing that any engineering problem could be solved with sufficient thought.
Yes.
And then you get the 1955 film, which I grew up watching, Richard Todd as Guy Gibson, and Michael Redgrave as Barnes-Wallis. Good cast.
Old Dickie Todd.
Dickie Todd.
Sweeney Todd in his army days. Because that's the thing that the 1955 British film industry has, is a lot of the blokes who were in it served in World War II. Yeah. It was in the film The Longest Day.
No, but I'm aware of it.
So Richard Todd was part of the glider unit that captured Pegasus Bridge.
Nice.
Right? He did that in his job in the war, and then in the film he got to play his commanding officer.
There you go. Fair play.
Yeah. Why does it still hold some fascination 86 years later? Mainly because I've never grown out of watching it. I think it's an amazing feat of military precision. I love the Britishness of it all. The pluck.
You love the name of the dog.
Well, I have no opinion on the name of the dog. Times were different. I accept that. The zeitgeist is changed.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a brave fucking tale, isn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's British people putting their lives on the line for Britain.
It's peak Brit.
Peak Brit. I love that. It's peak Brit.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's the story of the Dambusters raid.
Fair play. Enjoyed that.
Nice to learn a bit of history again.
I'm half tempted to watch the film, but I would love if they'd made a modern remake. Imagine how good it would be.
Yeah.
All the stuff with him trying to figure it out and the training and then that big fucking major action scene at the end.
Could be the British Top Gun.
Yeah. Could be fucking ace. I don't know how you get the volleyball scene in.
Nah, I don't
They'll
think
be playing cricket with their tops off. Jumping up and down and cuddling.
At this point, you had women on the base. There's no women on that aircraft carrier.
Playing cricket with their tops off in the sun. Oh, God.
I say, jolly good shot. Someone stood over the pipe and their shirt off. I say, good shot.
How's that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And I'd like there to be a remake. It's one of them ones that always gets talked about and then shelved all the time.
I think it would be it'd be huge, wouldn't it?
I think a lot of the older films could be done with a remake.
With the growing patriotism.
Bring back the theme tune. You know. Right then.
Yes. If anyone else to add anything to add?
No, I'm all good, buddy. Enjoyed that.
Well, enjoying it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the flavour, don't join a cult, don't watch the Dambusters.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
I've been Gaz, Free Biff Tannen. Bye.